So from your experience, so for anyone listening now who this is their first introduction,
Yeah.
if we're feeling fearful, if we're feeling stressed or any level of anxiety or panic, from your experience, this is just, it's a tool for our toolkit that can support us, right, in
Yeah.
reducing that.
It's a tool for our toolkit. It's a fantastic complement to meditation.
Yeah.
If you're not good at meditating or you struggle meditating, this is step one. I've heard from so many people who go, all right, I mean, just think, especially this day and age and everything that's happening, you sit down, you try to close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and it's just like pandemic, coronavirus, my business, all these thoughts running, which it makes sense that they're running. Again, your body's trying to keep you safe. You're trying to get the facts, orient yourself in this world. What am I going to do? So many decisions. When we tap, it allows the body to calm down. I mean, think about that 43% decrease in cortisol. That is a physiological marker showing very clearly something happened here because we are feeling the feelings. We are sending that calming signal to the amygdala, and then we're letting it go. And that's why you can do that and then go meditate. I got a text from a nurse the other day. She's a nurse at Yale. She's a local friend of ours and has done tapping along the way. And she sends me a text. Her husband has coronavirus, was sick with it for like 2 weeks. She's got 2 young daughters. She's still working. She's taking care of the kids, taking care of the husband, being a nurse, just
Wow.
madness. And she woke up at 2 a.m. having a panic attack, like 2 a.m., middle of a panic attack. She pulled up the app. We have a Stop a Panic Attack meditation there. It's free. And she did that 3 times through and then went back to sleep. So it's in those moments when we are just beyond overwhelmed, when our nervous system, like what you were saying, your nervous system was fried,
Yeah.
where we've got to bring in these physical components. And it's not just me saying it. Not only is the research coming in, but psychiatrists, psychologists, medical doctors. I was just texting with a pediatrician from Columbia University who uses it with her people. People are realizing that we have to bring in this physical component to therapy, to talking about things.
Yes, and that's why we're going to do it. And, for now, I want to actually, let's do it. Can you walk us through very specifically the tapping points, and then let's do an actual demo for someone like, oh my goodness, I want this. Let's do it right now.
Let's do it. And, I've been doing a lot with the breath and the lungs and constricted breathing because there's a lot of anxiety there. So what's great about tapping is we can focus on the emotion, but we can also have the physical component to it.
Great.
All right.
I'm game.
All right. So if it's safe to do so, if you're not driving in the car, just close your eyes and take a gentle breath in and let it go. And we're going to do another one, and I want you to notice just how full your breath is. So is it full and going down deep into your belly, relaxed and open, or is it tight and constricted and up high in your chest? So go ahead and breathe in and just notice. And as you tune into that breath, just tune into all the anxiety that you might be feeling. How much anxiety is in your breath? How much stress are you feeling right now? And give it a number on a scale of 0 to 10. So on the stress, the anxiety, the overwhelm about everything that's happening, just give it a number.
And would this number be between 1 and 10?
Yes, 0 to 10. Absolutely.
0 to 10. Excellent.
Yep. Pick whatever number, and then we'll gently open our eyes and do some tapping. So I'm going to lead you through. Marie, will you be my echo?
Oh, of course. Does it matter what side we're going on?
Nope, whatever feels comfortable for you. And you can do eyes opened or closed if you know the points and you like to go deeper and close them. And then I'm going to do the face points for this demonstration. If you're out and about and you pulled over to tap with us and you haven't washed your hands, just skip them. The process works great, skipping points. It's not...
Also, too, not to interrupt you, but for the folks listening on the podcast, will you talk us through, just in case they can't see the visual?
You got it. So we're starting to tap on the side of the hand. It's called the karate chop point. It's below the pinky on the outside of the hand. So you're taking 4 fingers of one hand and tapping gently, whatever hand feels comfortable.
And should you switch hands? By the way, I'm going to be the annoying person asking all the questions.
Do. I love it.
Because I know that my audience is going to be like, what are we doing? How do I do it? Am I doing it wrong?
Yeah,
Great.
You don't need to switch hands, whatever feels comfortable for you. Yeah.
Great.
So we're tapping gently. We're tuning into that breath and repeat after me. even though I feel so much anxiety
even though I feel so much anxiety
about everything that's going on.
about everything that's going on.
I choose to relax and feel safe now.
I choose to relax and feel safe now.
And we're still on the side of the hand, tapping gently, even though this feels so overwhelming.
Even though this feels so overwhelming.
I choose to relax and feel safe now.
I choose to relax and feel safe now.
And one more time, still tapping on the side of the hand, even though I'm holding so much stress in my body.
Even though I'm holding so much stress in my body.
It's safe to let it go now.
It's safe to let it go now.
And we're going to tap through the points. The first point is the eyebrow. Inside of the eyebrow, right where the hair ends and it meets the nose, you can use 2 fingers of one hand, the other hand, or both hands. The meridians run down both sides of the body, and you're just tapping gently and tuning in to that stress and anxiety. All we're doing in this moment is we're actually looking to fire that amygdala because we want to counteract it with that calming signal. But just tapping gently and breathing gently. Now we'll move to the side of the eye. It's not at the temple, a little further in, right on the bone. Again, one side or both sides. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Take a moment to think about just how overwhelmed you are. There is so much going on, and that's okay.
There's so much going on, and that's okay.
Under the eye, right on the bone. It's safe to feel this anxiety.
It's safe to feel this anxiety.
Under the nose. And it's safe to begin to let it go.
And it's safe to begin to let it go. I hope everyone listening to the podcast right now comes and watches the visual. Just had to say.
Under the mouth, you're going to go above the chin, below the lip, and that little crease in there, we're tapping with 2 fingers, tapping gently. It's safe to feel this anxiety.
It's safe to feel this anxiety.
For the collarbone point, feel for the 2 little bones of the collarbone. Just go about an inch right below it. You can tap with all 10 fingers of both hands. It's safe to feel this anxiety.
It's safe to feel this anxiety.
Underneath the arm, 3 inches underneath the armpit, either side of the body, right on the broad line for women. It's safe to feel all the stress.
It's safe to feel all the stress.
We'll move back to the top of the head, and it's safe to let it go.
And it's safe to let it go.
Moving back to the eyebrow, it's safe to breathe deeply.
It's safe to breathe deeply.
Side of the eye, I acknowledge all my stress.
I acknowledge all my stress.
Under the eye, and I begin to feel safe in my body.
And I begin to feel safe in my body.
Under the nose, the more I relax.
The more I relax.
Under the mouth, the more my body heals.
The more my body heals.
Collarbone, the more I relax.
The more I relax.
Under the arm, the more my body heals.
The more my body heals.
Top of the head, letting go now.
Letting go now.
And you can gently stop tapping and take a breath in. And let it go. So that was 2 very quick rounds, and now we tune back in. So we say, first the breath. So go ahead and just take a breath. I know, I tapped earlier this morning, but I've had a busy day, and even in that 2 rounds, I felt my breath deepen back down into my stomach. Just tune into that. And then also notice that anxiety, the stress, the overwhelm. It was a 10 or a 9 or an 8. What's the new number? What came up? And the tapping process is continuing to do that. So we did 2 rounds for demonstration. A lot of the meditations on our app are anywhere between 8 and 12 minutes to go a little bit deeper. And then what happens with the tapping process also too is that we start doing it and we think we're worried about one thing, but all of a sudden we realize, oh, you know what? It's really this thing that I'm worried about. So it's almost like self-therapy where it lets our unconscious mind give us the truth about what we're feeling, what's happening, and helps us to let go.
One of the things I love about this too, and why I was so excited to have another conversation with you, especially right now, is this is a tool that anyone can use at any time.
Yeah.
It's free. It is your own body. You can do it anywhere you find yourself. I'm curious about the meridian points.
Yeah.
So how do we know that these things exist?
Yeah. So there's actually now they have these little machines, devices that measure electricity throughout the body, and you can
Yes.
put it up to these different points and shows that they conduct more electricity. So we're getting more of that, hard science behind it. The reality is our bodies are very electrical. We don't think about our bodies as electrical because I feel like we're very conditioned to the biological, right? Like I take a drink of something and then it's digested and there's like a very biological process. When we take medicine, it is a pill, right?
Yep.
Supplements are a pill. So everything is very biological, but our body's fully electric, right? Our brain is nothing but electricity, right? Like our nerve signals are electrical signals. So that's what we're tapping into. We're tapping into that system of electrical signals.